If you want concrete evidence that the government does not give a toss about you, your community, or the women and girls in this country, look no further, because they, believe it or not, have decided to appeal the decision from the courts to ban asylum seekers from staying at the Bell Hotel in Epping. You cannot make this up. I feel like this shows clear as day that this government could not care less about you and your local community. We're going to get into the details, but before we do so, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any more news updates. Let's take a look at what is going on and why on earth they are appealing this. So the Home Office is seeking permission to intervene in this case. So let's be clear, Epping Forest District Council were given an injunction that says that, for example, for planning reasons, partly because of the protests as well, but for planning reasons, this hotel cannot lawfully hold asylum seekers anymore, and they've got a couple of weeks to get them turfed out. The Home Office is freaking out because now every single council, well, not every single council in the country, but a lot of councils have come out and said, well, we're going to do the same. We're going to try and get an injunction ourselves to get rid of these migrant hotels that have been imposed on us without any consultation whatsoever. So they've decided we are going to try to intervene in the case. They are not a party to the case, but they are seeking permission to get involved in the case and to appeal the interim judgment. It just feels like the government is trying to just laugh at us at this point. So the ruling that was made gave a time limit of 12th of September for these migrants to be out of the Bell Hotel in Epping, and that would be like a couple hundred guys. But if this happens in councils all across the country, they have got a big problem. You may have seen the headline that the government are putting out a plea for 5,000 homes to house people. Good luck with that, I say. But it's not just the Home Office trying to get involved in this case and to appeal the decision. We've now got the hotel group, Smani Hotels, who own the Bell Hotel in Epping. They're trying to appeal it because actually, if you look at what happened before they were housing asylum seekers, no one was booking to stay at their hotel. Nobody was interested. They weren't making any money, but the Home Office, they offered them a lot of wonga. They don't want to lose out, do they? So they are trying to get involved and appeal it as well. In a moment, we're going to take a look, because you're all thinking, has the Home Office got any shot here? Should we be worried? I'm going to show you what Stephen Barrett, the barrister who's been all over this, had to say about the odds of the Home Office succeeding in this case in just a moment. But let's take a look at what Dan Jarvis, the security minister, said to try and justify why the Home Office is trying to get involved in this case and appeal it, which is quite frankly just a total slap in the face to the mums and dads of Epping and all the women and girls in this country who are concerned for their safety because of these migrant hotels. This is what Dan Jarvis, the security minister, had to say to try and justify what the government is doing. He says, this government will close all asylum hotels. Ha, believe it when I see it. And we will clear up the mess that we inherited from the previous government. Blame the Tories for everything, of course. We made a commitment that we will close all of the asylum hotels by the end of this parliament, but we need to do that in a managed and ordered way, and that's why we'll appeal this decision. I'm not buying it. Are you? Are you impressed? Anyway, let's take a look at what Stephen Barrett, the barrister, had to say about the Home Office's attempt to get involved in this case.
Well, they're not a party to the case, so I don't understand why they think they've got a right to appeal. They will have to beg that from the Court of Appeal. If I was the Court of Appeal, I might tell them to trot on, quite frankly. They've got much bigger problems than this one injunction, so this is all rather symbolic nonsense. Because if you read the case, the judge explains quite clearly, councils have 4 years from when a hotel is filled with migrants. So take the migrant hotel down in Canary Wharf, which has only just been filled with migrants. That council has 4 years in which it can serve a stop notice. It doesn't need a court injunction. It can just shut the hotel down tomorrow. And I think councils across the land are going to come to this realization. I'm working with a group called Lawyers for Borders, which is set up by Robert Jenrick. And, we're trying, and other good people are trying to help. And this is not party political at all. Nobody wants to have a dangerous hotel anywhere near them, and nothing crystallises that more than the good people of Essex.
Well, looks like the Home Office don't have a great shot at this from what Stephen was saying there on GB News, speaking to Alex Armstrong. And very interesting if what he is saying there is true, that any council within 4 years of a migrant hotel appearing can shut down a migrant hotel overnight. I mean, has this been the law all along, and councils could have been closing these places down, but they just didn't realise that? I mean, that's very shocking to me, but if it is the case, then fantastic. Let's take a look at a couple of tweets that I found funny. So this one here, not the most flattering photo of Yvette Cooper, let's just say, with this quote: "The right thing to do is to give every community its fair share of sexual predators. I won't let the Epping ruling undermine our commitments to every girl in this country feeling afraid to walk the streets." Oh yeah, let's not forget that Yvette Cooper also pledged, or at least they pledged as part of her remit as Home Secretary, that they're going to halve violence against women and girls. Not sure how that's going to work out, given that they are putting up these hotels everywhere, where we keep hearing story after story after day, every day, of people being charged with sexual assaults. Also wanted to just quickly show you before we finish this tweet from Bernie. Bernie, some of you may be aware, she was investigated by 3 different police forces for a tweet last year. She says many people will see this as the government refusing to accept the will of its own people. It will not set up secure accommodation. Its loyalty to international agreements is greater than its service to its own people. Big mistake. Brilliantly said there by Bernie. We have absolutely got a government that is more interested in its international commitments than it is to the people of this country. People in this country are absolutely fed up of it. They've shown that with the protests that have been going on. We've got more going on today, is my understanding, across the country. And the government appealing this, I mean, they can put out a statement and say, oh, it's because we want to close the hotels down in a managed and suitable way. No. Let's be clear exactly what this decision should try and appeal. The injunction suggests. It shows very clearly to the British people, to the community in Epping, and to every community that is upset about these migrant hotels: we do not care about you. We are not listening. We're not interested in listening. We're only interested in ourselves and our international commitments, as Bernie has said. I'm absolutely disgusted. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen? Will the Home Office be successful in managing to appeal this case? Will those migrants be kicked out of the Bell Hotel, or is it going to be stopped? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and if you hit that notification bell, you'll know when we're posting more videos. You wouldn't possibly want to miss out, would you? There we go, got my words together.